you're not speaking to them, or you're trying and they're not speaking to you. Nicole and Guerdy are not speaking to Larsa, and vice versa. They all unfollowed each other on social media. How are we going to start filming in a few weeks after the reunion next season 6?
Well, that's interesting, right? So I guess that's something that we're gonna have to figure out. I know how to overcome, our emotions and our, issues and come together again. You know, my position is I hope we can get there because, I'm not, perfect, but I don't think anybody's perfect. So we all deserve, each other to give each other that chance, right? So, but I don't know how we're gonna get there. I guess there's gonna be, we're gonna have to start shooting to figure that out.
Well, in my experience, when there is all this turmoil and people are not speaking, if we're going to have a 4-week break, Bravo and Peacock usually make the 4-week break a week break, and we usually start the cameras rolling right away. So I think you'll all be figuring it out on camera during season 6.
Possibly, yes.
What about, I mean, Julia and you guys have a friendship that seems like unbreakable. You guys seem like you have a great friendship. How is Julia doing? I mean, I know Martina is, going through it now with, 2 cancer diagnoses. How is Julia?
She's hanging in there, and Martina is in her second round of treatment. She did the breast cancer, and now she's doing the throat. I think the breast cancer was pretty easy in the sense they removed the tissue, and but that's what, to me, that's when I find it in my heart to be, more kind and more compassionate. Like, listen, like Martina is fighting for her life, right? There's people dying. And okay, sometimes we do get a little petty and make bad comments and bad analogies and everything. But at the end of the day, it could be worse to all of us. And instead of finding that common ground and saying, let's just stop the nonsense. Okay, I said something wrong, I'm sorry. You said something wrong, I accept your apology, and let's move on, because life is too short. Look at Martina there now. Like, don't you think Martina would wish, her biggest problem was to, acknowledge something or forgive someone?
Yes. Like, you would think this would put it in perspective just for everybody involved of like, that's right. I mean, we all can go to the doctor right now and get a cancer diagnosis tomorrow. It's very possible for all of us.
All of us, so many of us are dealing with mental illness, or maybe have a cancer that you don't know, or like maybe some other fatal disease. And that's, I think, that something that Alexia needs to work on, I believe, not dismissing her pain, but there are other people in greater pain currently. And she should consider herself a winner in the sense that her son survived, and is now getting better every day. And she still has her son next to her. Some people don't even have that, right? Like in our cast. If you look at Julia, she lost her baby boy under 1 year old. And I'm sure she would love to have that kid around in which capacity, whatever capacity she could. So to think that we don't have to compete and instead serve each other with grace and kindness and compassion. Are we going to have our moments of, fight like sisters? Because that's how I feel. Like, we're like sisters in a sisterhood, and sisters fight. I'm one of 3 girls, and my sisters and I, we always fought, but we always loved each other and always came around, because at the end of the day, we are a sisterhood. And that's
Do,
my hope.
That's my hope too. And again, I'm not a parent. I'm not really interested in being a parent. So I do not purport to understand this at all. But like, do you think, I mean, I don't know if you ever get over it, but like, do you think Alexia hasn't really properly dealt with really what happened to Frankie? And I don't know if there is any way to really properly deal with it. Again, I'm not coming for her, but, and just in terms of therapy and having the tools to heal, like, do you think that she hasn't properly done that?
I think, yeah, I think she has that resentment and rage because of it, which is understandable. But that she thinks she doesn't want to acknowledge anybody else's loss or grief because she thinks her grief is so great, and it is, not dismissing that, to be clear, not dismissing that. But I also feel like sometimes when you go through such thing, you become more empathetic of other people's, experiences as well. But in her case, that instead of being more empathetic towards others, it just hardened her. And she didn't process like towards, it's just like, it's, yeah, she's angry about it. And she's not wanting to like acknowledge other people because she's still in such pain. Yeah, I think she does need to work on that. And I think that it is a lifetime of working on that, because obviously it's a lifetime of loss and situation. But yeah, I feel like I think I need help with my emotions, and I'm still dealing with my emotions. I'm trying to do the best that I can, but I believe that she could also profit from, some professional help to really get rid of the rage and the deep pain that makes her propel like in that manner.
How has the social media effect been for you? Like, I don't really focus on all the comments when things are posted, but I imagine Alexia's post got a lot of comments.
Yeah, I think that there's 50-50. Half of the people understand where I was coming from and see through, that was not a malicious comment, even though it was wrong, but it was not malicious. And other people just stay more on Alexia's side. So like everything in life is 50-50, right? So different visions, of same point.
Have you gone down, like, you apologized to Alexia profusely, it seems. I mean, we saw a lot of it too, but like, have you gone to a dark place, like blaming your, regret? I mean, it sounds like you regret what you said. You said earlier you regret this. Like, have you gone to a dark place of like, I mean, you can't take it back. It's out there.
No, yeah, I could kick myself for saying that. I deeply regret it. I wish, and I watched it and rewatched, and I was like, why didn't I stop those 2 words sooner? Like, and I feel distraught by it, because I feel like sometimes I blame myself. I'm like, I should have stopped just 2 words sooner. I didn't need to compare.